Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is Split the Night from Finback. They're a brewery in Queens, New York. Absolutely fantastic, one of the best breweries in New York City. Shout out to Kevin Basil, the owners and brewers. Beer comes in pretty dark coming out of the glass, out of the can. Dark black color, a little bit of brownish hue. For a 6.4% porter, I imagine that it would be a little bit lighter with a little bit more light shining through on the beer, but yeah. And as you see, it has this kind of medium plus dark brown head. Almost looks like an imperial stout, but let's get the aroma on this one. Get nutty coffee flavors, get a dark chocolate, beautiful melange of mocha, dark chocolate flavors with that kind of roasty coffee. A little bit of like light graininess. It smells awesome. Cheers. On the palate, sells itself as a 6.4% beer. Despite the appearance, it is not that big, dense 8 to 10% imperial stout quality. Instead, up front, you're really getting most of the coffee. Tastes like slightly sweetened cold brew with actually a decent amount of sugar, but it's not that kind of brown sugar cookie thing that you get from a Treehouse Double Shot, in the same DNA in the sense that it's a really well integrated coffee beer behind the base porter. Yeah, this is really nice. It's a nice thinking beer. The sweetness moves on the palate with you because up front you think it's going to be a relatively dry beer. You get that forward roast quality from the coffee. But as you wait a little bit more, the sweetness ends up building, and towards the aftertaste, it almost seems like there's a possibility that there's lactose in here because there is a little bit of residual sweetness. You get that kind of creamy coffee sugar thing on towards the back end. There's a little bit of fruitiness hitting in here. Some dark fruit raisin quality. The coffee doesn't tend to dominate. It is forward. So it doesn't really taste like you've dosed too much coffee in here, but it is still definitely there and ends up really just doing a great job to 6.4% porter. That's actually not that robust. As I wait more, yeah, I like it. I think they might have pushed back on the roastiness just a touch, just to allow that kind of coffee to amp up in this beer, really show itself. It's a really well done beer, really well executed. It's under 7% porter that is really offering tons of flavor. Beautiful complexity of that caramel, the brown sugar dancing in there, the coffee roast, a little bit of light grainy quality, that little bit of coffee grounds in there, a little bit of hint of dark fruit dancing in there. Mouthfeel is medium. And as you wait more, the sweetness and those coffee rinds end up just lingering on the back end of the flavor. I'm very much enjoying this. This is not a big showy beer, but it still ends up doing a little bit of that, but instead just being a really well done coffee porter. I'm very impressed with this one. This is a drinking beer. This is absolutely delicious. No issue with having the 16-ounce can of this. I'm very much enjoying it. As for rating, let's go with a let's go with the 94 on this one. This is a beer that's pretty understated. It's not going to sell you like, oh my God, this is such an amazing beer. 94, super high rating, that kind of beer. Instead, this is a beer that you want to sit there and enjoy and think about more and go after the growler for, and maybe go through a six pack or 4-pack of it because this is just well done beer, and you start thinking about it more and more, and you're like, wow, this is really well executed, and it sort of goes back to breweries that I can think of like Suarez and Hill Farmstead, where it's more of a thinking beer than is a show off gaudy beer. The coffee, I just absolutely love in this one, and it's really well done. So until next time, cheers. Shouts to Finback for doing another well executed dark beer. They really shine on those as well as many other styles that they do. So until next time.